Hey guys, Ash here, welcome back to the channel. Just thought I'd post a little video because Battlefield have graced us with a launch update and the road ahead patch notes. So we're getting two patches. We've got one coming Thursday, November 25th, so 2 days time. And we've got another substantial update in early December. Now the patch notes are pretty meaty. I'm not going to read through them all, but I'll leave a link in the description so you can read them to yourself. But I just thought I'd pick out a few bits and pieces, which I'm super glad that we're actually working on. Right, so let's have a look. So performance and server stability, don't really have a lot to say about this apart from the servers are kind of arse, so it's nice they're actually working on it. So this is quite a big one, that the servers aren't correctly registering hit markers. We've all been there, it always happens, so I'm glad they're actually working hard to identify what could be causing this issue and to develop fixes, so fantastic. There's also a little note about PCs and the incredibly bad optimization. A lot of very CPU heavy, and it's not even touching the GPU. I've only briefly played it on PC and I've got a 3080 and it doesn't run that well, so I'm glad that they're looking into that as well. Okay, addressing the main issue of the game, the gunplay and balance, which is all over the shop as we all know. So the big one here is the spread or bloom or deviation, which is plaguing the weapons. We all know that jazz, and they're looking into it. So in the first update, they're reducing spread globally when zooming and moving, improves stationary and zoom accuracy for many weapons. Spread now decreases faster and early when pacing shots. This means more success with single fire or short bursts, and increasing the PP29 vertical recoil to ensure that the weapon does not overperform when engaging outside of its intended combat range, which is fantastic because it means people might actually use something other than the PP29. It'd be good to see. Now, update 3 this is about the portal weapons with the spread and also the effectiveness of the NTW50 against vehicles. I haven't unlocked it yet, but I have seen that it is very good against vehicles, which I don't think they need to nerf it that much because the main rocket launcher is pretty crap against vehicles, and we need something else, in my opinion, to take out vehicles because the vehicles plague 2042 massively. So it would be a shame if they do take that off as well. Another little mention here about the vehicles, that they are going to nerf the hovercraft, which is great, and also I think the little bird is mentioned later on, but we'll look into that in a sec. This is another one, so they obviously took out this from Portal quite early on in the early access, actually, because people were using the XP farms and just, you know, smash a load of experience and wasn't working. They said they did have things to stop that, but obviously it didn't work. But they have put them back into the Portal custom experience, which is fantastic. So it means I'm actually going to play some Portal. It says they're going to continue to monitor the XP farms, which is great, and remove them, so that's all good. So this Thursday, I'm going to improve the soldier revives so that the soldiers that get stuck in the objects, you end up getting killed because you try and revive someone, it doesn't work, which is great. Respawn protection system, re-enabling the UAV-1 in Battlefield Portal, the balancing of the hovercraft and the nightbird mentioned above, and the dispersion has been reduced for all weapons except shotguns, which result in more consistent bullet spread during gameplay, which is good. That's a good little update so far. So early December, they're delivering our biggest update since launch, which is fantastic. Maybe this is the day one patch that everyone claimed that was going to fix everything. It's not going to fix everything, is it? But the patch notes are quite extreme. There's a lot to go through here, so I'm not going to read it all out. I'm just going to pick out a few bits and pieces to talk about, which I find beneficial. So have a little look. In this first bit here, it's just a lot of quality of life updates, so obviously to the UI, matchmaking and friends, progression and unlocks, and then also all these rendering bugs that we seem to get, which is a bit of a shame, but at least they are picking up on it, which is good. So, maps as well, over 150 individual fixes, small changes and improvements across all our maps. They're not going into detail, but I'm sure it's not making them barren wastelands that they are now, but we'll see what they do. Improved level geometry issues across all levels, addressing issues such as playing against stable track. This always happens on every Battlefield. You always get stuck on a random rock that you can't get away from, end up dying. It's really, really annoying. This is great. Battlefield Portal, Builder Editions, Rush Game Mode for all 2042 all-out warfare maps, which is fantastic. Vehicle Team Deathmatch, people can go out and float their boat about the bloody hovercrafts and helicopters and all that. I'm not into that, so up to them. This is interesting. New official team and free-for-all gun master templates, and also official infection template, which is great. So we're going to have gun game and infected, like official, which is great. Few more fixes for Hazard Zone by the looks of it. Currency, animations, modify squad. Try and have a look, see if there's anything actually substantial adding to it. Not a lot. It's just, again, a lot of quality of life. A lot of quality of life updates, which is always welcome. So general fixes, got missing loadouts, modified recent player screen to everyone from previous match to have easier reporting. Improved interaction point system, switch to default interact text on multiple interactions. Yeah, kaleidoscope server and lightning issue resolved. Velocity detection while spawning in jets. Improved helicopter animation flybys. Improved streaming assets to deploy screen presentation. So again, very, very small changes, but hopefully it'll all add up to something decent. Again, we'll have a look at this weapons one because that's probably one of the most important things. So reduce the spread globally when zoomed and moving, fantastic. Improved stationary zoom accuracy for many weapons, good. Spread it now decreases faster and earlier when pacing shots. This means more success for single fire short bursts. We've been through that above. And the PP29 vertical recoil. Reduced effectiveness of the sniper rifle, again been through that. The scope, faster ADS time than the others. Fix the revolver chamber and an extra bullet. Effective, again, mentioned the sniper rifle must be a big issue. Fix an issue where soldiers are able to shoot after getting hacked whilst in a vehicle. And you switch back to weapon delay from throwing grenade. Right, the HUD. Oof, that's quite a lot and it needs a lot. I'm just hoping that they've got a ability to make all the icons transparent, because the amount of times that you've aimed down sights and you've got a massive icon in front of the player that you're trying to kill, and obviously you end up dying because you can't see them. Okay, we've got some audio fixes as well. Then general specialist fixes. Unfortunately, they're not just getting rid of them, it's what we all wanted, but that's not going to happen. It doesn't look like any major changes. Let's have a look. Oh, they're not adding revives to the Surrett pistol, which I think is a big mistake. They should add revive to that massively, but that's just me. Maybe we think it's OP, but I don't think it is at all. Okay, if you change all the gadgets as well. I mean, this is a lot of changes, big time. This is really good to see. I mean, maybe they should have announced this a little bit earlier. Like, the early access was rough. I mean, look at the Steam reviews, look at Reddit, and it's just all in flames. So it would have been nice if they'd gone a little bit earlier with this, but I appreciate that they are doing it, which is, you know, it's great. I mean, it just shows that the game should have been delayed because it shouldn't have launched as it is. But again, at least they're actually saying stuff about it. I'm going to leave the video there, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I'll leave the full patch notes down in the description below. I'll leave a link so you can click and read through it yourself, because there is a lot to get through. I didn't want to read the whole thing out. But anyway, yeah, this is good to see. Comment down below what you think. Hopefully they're going to actually keep improving the game, because, you know, potential's there, but it hasn't had the best start. Anyway, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.